On the road to perdition. Stands a false sentry with a devilish mission. Once it spots movement, it puts its tail in position. Its plan to pelt prey coming into fruition. For this is its territory, and there is no admission.
Okay, so first and foremost, I want to apologize. I haven't been uploading recently, but yeah. And also, I'm aware that the Kezi video was cut off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stealth unlist. I'm not going to delete because I don't know. I'm going to stealth unlist the current Kezi video and upload the new Kezi video. It's not new. It's just the same Kezi video with all the information that's actually supposed to be on it. Okay. So with that said, let's talk about Bishaten. I don't actually have a nickname for this thing, but this monster, the one who stands on its tail hand thing. Anyway, so Bishaten is a new and very, very interesting monster to the series. Weirdly enough, I had to look this up, honestly. I genuinely had to look this up. My man is a fang beast because I couldn't readily understand what the heck he was all about. I mean, I knew he was fanged of some sort, but then he had the wings, you know what I mean? So I was like, so what is he? Some kind of weird thing? But no, he's actually a fang beast who can fly, I suppose. But the true thing to actually note this monster on is its ability to do what it does, which is a lot of things with its tail. Its tail is its primary means of, I won't say its primary means, but is a grand means of actually attacking, defending, a whole lot of trickery, he uses his tail for a lot of things. So a lot that he actually has to offer comes way through the fruit that he eats and how he distributes that fruit, and he does a lot of these things with the tail. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, one of the more interesting monsters I've seen in quite some time, like in a very, very long time. So much so that personally, me, your boy Dak 908, the Dig Dug himself, don't have everything I need to tell you all about him. So what I'm going to do for like the first time ever, I'm actually going to push this particular segment of my videos off to someone else. Now, I know you guys are thinking, Dak, what are you talking about? But don't worry about it. Your man's got you. My man's, your man's, Smans. Take it away.
Hey yo, thanks for the mic, Dak. Fellas, everyone likes a monkey, right? You had a stressful day at work? Look at a monkey. You feel a little down? Look at a monkey. Your girl says you're too small? Look at a monkey. Your parents disown your sorry ass? Alright, you know, that's kind of pretty sad and all, but you know, look at a monkey. Doesn't he look great? Generally, looking at monkeys is a nice and pleasant experience. But what if that monkey had wings, a third limb, and could breakdance better than those crazy ass New Yorkers in the subway? Look no further than the Bishaten, or the Bishaten. I'm pretty sure Dak is gonna butcher the name as I'm gonna butcher it. Now when hunting this monster, there are a couple of things to look out for, but generally, if you're good at the game, like I am, not to brag about it or anything, then you will most likely have a good chance of coming out on top. But Smans, you may ask, what does he do? What is his moveset? How can I beat Monkey? How can I be as good as you are at this game? Well, his movesets are fairly easy to get used to. You might get hit by a tomato or two, but it won't exactly do that much damage, and they're relatively easy to dodge. Plus, if you get down on him, he will occasionally drop some of these tomatoes he was holding, and you can throw it right back at him. From what I have observed, there are 3 types of tomatoes. One can flash it, the other can poison it, and the third one can heal you. But what you really want to look out for is his 2 things. First is when he pulls a Gypceros on your ass and flashes you. You can usually tell this when he's holding a yellow tomato and sparks begin to fly under his wing, and once he's flashing you, he puts his wings in front of his face to block himself from the flash. Not exactly a tip, but it's a cool detail nonetheless. The second is when he grabs a purple tomato and puts it on his third limb, aka his tail. He then does a big tail slam that can inflict you with poison. One big thing to note is that he's mainly weak to ice. That's right, his breakdancing skills are so hot around the Brooklyn subway stations that you gotta have to cool that shit off. Blast is effective as well, so if you have that, then you can use that, I guess. But that's all I can say about this wacky, zany, kooky monster called Bishaten. What are your thoughts, Dak?
Well, damn. Yeah, shout out to my man Smans for coming through and dropping us with that knowledge bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't know about you guys, but my man does a very excellent job of letting everyone know what it is or what it's not. So if I was you, what I would 100% do is seriously peep the channel, okay? Peep the channel. I'm gonna drop the link in the description. I might put a link on screen or whatever because my man's got it. Hilarious guy, absolutely hilarious. But what's not so funny is this damn monkey. So let's talk about what the monkey can do. He for the most part broke everything down about the monkey, but I want to talk about a couple of particular things I observed myself. So the monkey, he does monkey things, and everything that he does, like on the ground when he's not like flying or throwing tomatoes at you. Let's talk about the other things, some slightly less notable things, and it's usually because it's where you fight him. Normally, certain monsters fight the exact same way no matter where you fight them. But Bishaten, fucking hell, whatever this thing fights in different locations and actually has different ways of fighting in those locations. So, first thing I want to note is if he's near somewhere that has like a cliff or something like that, like a cliff face or a wall or something like that, he can use his tail to latch onto the wall. If you saw the intro cutscene where he was hanging on to that thing there, he would do the same thing. Now, mind you, whenever he does this, it's okay. Don't be like, oh my god, it's hanging from the thing, what's it gonna do? Just poke it. I promise you, just poke it a couple of times, it's gonna fall. For whatever reason, monsters who hang from surfaces or whatnot, they tend to fall over a lot easier. I think to balance it out, because imagine if a monster had the same exact stun values or stagger values on the ground as it did if it was hanging from a wall or something like that. You would never get the damn thing down. So it's actually cool that he actually has that. Another thing to really note is that he acts to spin on his tail like a top. Now, to be very frank, the tail top spinning shenanigans are there's some real shenanigans. You don't want to get hit with these things. I mean, it's okay to get hit by them. They don't hurt too much, but like he does it a lot, and he's very, very, very swift on it. If you're using a slow weapon like I was using the gun lance and the lance for the most part, it's gonna be kind of tough to like stay on your toes. This is the one time I focus on, well, excuse me, that I would recommend using the focus camera. I usually don't use the focus camera because I have no problem just using my right thumb to get the camera all set up and everything. But yeah, if you're not the swiftest with it, could be a good point to do this because he's actually very hard to get a hold of. But honestly, outside of that, that's essentially all Bishaten has. Shout out to my man Smans once more for doing it for your boy. Let's talk about that gear, because it's worth talking about. Okay, now that we're looking at the Bishaten, what is this monster's name? Bish. Now that we're looking at its armor and its gear, I hate to say it, guys, but it freaking sucks. I mean, this is bad. It is bad. The skills are all over the place. Let's look at it. Item Prolonger. What it does, it extends the duration of some item effects. So like, let's say you take a demon drug. Demon drug lasts 30 seconds, okay? It doesn't. It lasts like, I think 5 or 6 minutes. But let's say it lasts 30 seconds. If you have Item Prolonger, it actually lasts a little longer. So right now we have stage 2. It lasts 25%, well, 25% more. So what's 25% of 30 seconds? What, like 10 more seconds or something? Math is weird. So whatever it is, you get what I'm getting at here. Things that usually have a set time that lasts, when you take Item Prolonger, it lasts a little longer. It's actually a really nice skill. But then we have Stunt Resistance. Stunt Resistance isn't too bad. Reduce the stun duration. We talked about this one before. This time it reduces it by 90%. So 90% is actually, like, that's good. That's really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would rather have stun duration be at 2 versus 3 because 90% is almost a full negation. And you get to save yourself a sweet slot. This is speaking for later, so that's not that bad. Next, we have Wide Range. Allows certain items to also have the effect for nearby allies. So let's just say you take a potion for yourself, right? If you're in the vicinity of your friends, they all receive the benefit of your potion. Mind you, at level 1, it's only 33% of that. So, I mean, you could tell everyone, hey, get close, I'm gonna take a mega potion, everyone gets healed. It's kind of useful, but what you really want to use it at level 3. It's either level 3 or go home, to the point to where everyone gets a huge benefit of it at a wide range. So just it's good for like being team support. It's not that bad. And of course, you have maximum might, increase your stamina if you're, increases your infinity if your stamina is at full for a set period of time. Truth be told, none of these skills are actually bad, but together they're bad. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? They're just bad together. I think the only thing you can really make out of this is maybe item prolonger and wide range. Maybe, I guess. But honestly, it's really not that great. It looks fantastic. The armor looks amazing, but the gear's just not that, well, the armor set altogether is just not that great. His weapons aren't like the best either. His weapons are kind of okay. They, for the most part, are just raw weapons. They give no actual elemental damage, but they look fantastic, and they all essentially have 120 attack and a fair amount of green sharpness. Mind you, he doesn't have a lot of weapons. I think he has maybe 4 weapons, like sword and shield, hammer, switch axe, and I think great sword. I don't know, I can't remember exactly. I'm not gonna keep showing you guys weapons because there's certain monsters that I've already beaten that you guys don't need to know that I'm already there on. So yeah, Bishaten's gear, not that great. Okay, so in a bow, if we want to wrap it up nice and tight, the Bish, this monster is actually not that bad. It's actually a really fun fight. It's a damn shame what they did with this gear, because this gear, maybe as it stands right now, maybe it gets better later, but as it stands right now, it's actually not that great. It's actually something that I wouldn't call home to at all. I'm actually really sad for it because I expect it to be much better, at least like just in terms of the skills for the armor. But it's actually, let's just hope the high rank is better. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm speaking at a general purpose. These are low rank fights, unfortunately, but as it stands right now, at least in the low rank variant, his gear isn't that great. It stands to seen and is to be seen in high rank. Nevertheless, if you're going to kill my mans, remember what Smans said: bring you some ice. Bring the ice, hit him in the head, or smack him on the tail. Either of these 2 points is actually where you're gonna do your most damage. Remember, he has 2 very interesting abilities where he will take one of his fruits, a yellow one. If you look at him carefully, you'll see him like sparkle a little bit when he puts it behind his tail, and then he'll jump down and flash you. Watch out for that. Watch out for when he puts a purple one in his tail and jumps down, because when he does that, that's poison. So be careful with these 2 things, because they're the more tricky of his shenanigans. Also, if you catch him standing on his tail doing on tail standing stuff, that's what I wanted to say, smack him, and then he'll just drop all the fruits and everything around him. You can collect them yourselves. You can take the jumbo ones to heal yourself, you can take a flash ones to flash him, the poison ones to poison him, and so on and so forth. The fight isn't too hard, but it's very tricky. But with that said, everyone, it's been your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself. Thank you so much for watching. Big shout outs to Smans for actually assisting me in this video today, because sometimes you need the help. Don't forget, guys, you're never gonna always do everything by yourself. It's always good to ask a little help from your friends. But with that said, wait, speaking of friends, a little help from your friends, of course, we gotta throw it in there. The Discord. If you need friends to hunt with, you can join my Discord. You get to hunt with me and everyone in there, make good friends, and grind up some really nice gear and whatnot. Or if you just want to hang out in my Discord, because I have a Discord server, you want to just come cake with your mans, you can always do that there. Okay, I'm in the Discord every single day, all the time. You can always reach me. But if you don't like Discord, or you don't want to hang with me in Discord, or you want me like one-on-one, you can follow me on Twitter. Both links will be in the description, and I implore you to at least check out one of them. But with that said, for all the time, it's been your man, Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself, and Smans. May the desire sensor forever be in your favor.